Tonight on West Country News.
It's that time of the week again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Late Night West Country News, bringing you the exclusive hard-hitting news, facts and interviews from the West Country. Coming up on West Country News tonight, Prince Charles is in the area to warn about the latest teenage TikTok trend of cow slapping.
If anyone should be slapping them, it should be me.
We hear from a Torquay local about who he thinks keeps stealing the water every 6 hours or so.
I think they're taking it, using it, and then putting it back thinking no one's noticed.
In our call-in segment later on, we have mystery caller Michael on the line, who says he has something important to say to I. Later in the show, our junior reporter will also be talking to music legend Sebastian Bach ahead of his music concert in Bristol tonight with Skid Row. And finally, we will catch up with Snoop Dogg, who has been in the West Country this week to talk to our farmers. As it's match day, we will then have a short sport segment, followed by weather, then travel. Before we start tonight's news, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement concerning the show. Due to what some listeners have termed a poor representation of reality in our first show, we have now lost all our funding, so this fiercely independent news source may now feature local adverts. With that in mind, the news will follow after these adverts.
Hi, I'm Brian Tannery of Brian Tannery's Carpets and Vinyls. Come down to Brian Tannery's Carpets and Vinyls for all your carpet and vinyl needs. Need carpet? We got it. Need vinyl? We got it. Need installation? Not a problem. I can do this, but only on Tuesdays and every other Thursday, provided enough notice is given, as it's only me, Brian Tannery, working at Brian Tannery's Carpets and Vinyls. That's Brian Tannery's Carpets and Vinyls for all your carpet and vinyl needs.
Hi, it's me, Sheila, from Sheila's Nails in the Precinct. We currently have a £10 off offer available via our app. You can also Snapchat or WhatsApp us to book. Please like, follow and tag our Instagram, Twitter and Facebook and other socials. Bye!
Hi there, it's me, Paul, local heavy breather. In increasingly tougher times, heavy breathers are becoming a thing of the past. I would like to let everyone know I am still available for birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, births, funerals, marriages.
Now kiss your bride.
And any other occasion, just send a text.
Now time for news. Royalty has once again graced the West Country this week. His Dukeship the Lord Prince Charles was personally visiting some of the farm and land owned by him that have fallen victim to a foul internet trend. The latest teenage TikTok trend of cow slapping has hit headlines this week, with teenagers taking to the fields to record themselves slapping cattle. Just listen to this.
Go on, mate. Go on, I'm filming. Go on, slap it. Oh my god, you slapped his face off. Run!
What a fucking disgrace. Some of the blameless cattle were located on estates belonging to His Royal Highness. One was slapped so hard it ended up in the next county. Another was slapped so hard its udders simply fell off. We managed to catch a brief interview with the Prince about these issues during his recent visit. Here's what he had to say.
Well, it's awful, you see. The teenagers, they get their phones, like this. Hold this for me. Yes, thank you. They film one of them, like this. Press that. Yes. Then the one being filmed, me in this case, simply goes up to a cow, like this. it simply slaps it clean across the face like that. You could hear that they're restless. They simply live in fear of being slapped. It's like the 50s for women. It's simply dreadful. You can't go around slapping other people's livestock. If anyone should be slapping them, it should be me.
And we thank His Princeness again for his comments on the tough situation facing dairy and cattle farmers nationwide. Next, we head down to the coast in Devon to Torquay to hear from someone who believes they have uncovered a conspiracy and the truth about our water.
I am standing here with long-time coastal dweller and fisherman Guppy Smith.
Hey.
Now, Guppy, you've been around these here waters most of your life.
Yeah.
And you've always had a feeling that something wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about it?
I first noticed when I was a lad. Now I'm older, it's more obvious than ever.
Noticed what?
The water. There's not always the same amount of water here. Yesterday, for example, I come down here at 6 a.m. and the ocean was way out there. Could barely get to it. I came back midday and it were right up to the edge here.
So what do you think is happening to the water during these periods?
I think they're taking it, using it, and then putting it back thinking no one's noticed.
Who's they?
The government.
And what do you think they're using it for?
I dread to think they're all criminals. Trackers maybe, a big water weapon, who knows.
What do you think can be done? How can we get to the bottom of this?
I called my mate in Sidmouth. He said same thing's happening down there. Big John in Western said the same. It's happening all over the country. We gotta get the bastards.
Thank you, Guppy. Any last words?
Get the bastards.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our phone-in segment this week, we have mystery caller Michael on the line. I'm not sure what the topic is, but I've been advised by my solicitors that it is in my best legal interest to take this call live on air. So, here we go. Hello?
Hello?
Am I speaking to Michael?
Yes, you are. Who am I speaking to, please?
West Country News.
Okay, well, whatever your name is, I'd like to officially complain. You ran a segment last week about...
Michael Caine.
Yes, that would be me.
Thanks for showing your continued support
I'm
to
not
our...
showing support at all. I'm saying you ran a segment last week that was clearly just a poor impersonation. I've never met any of your team or said such things. It is poor news reporting and frankly a lie. I would like you to apologise right now.
I don't think that's possible, sir.
It is bloody possible, sunshine. You know you cocked up and you need to make it right.
All our news is sourced and vetted to the highest of standards.
Listen, sunshine, you have one more chance before you hear from my lawyers.
How do I know this is the real Michael Caine?
Absolutely bloody ridiculous. This is...
Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise for these wind-up calls, but to be fair, that guy did sound a bit like Michael Caine. On to the arts now, and our junior reporter is currently with music legend Sebastian Bach, ahead of his show with Skid Row in Bristol tonight.
Mr. Bach, excuse me, Mr. Bach.
Hey, what's up, man? Are you some kind of reporter?
I am, sir. I'm a junior reporter with West Country News.
I fucking love news, man.
Thank you. Are you excited for your show tonight?
Yeah, dude, it's great to be rocking out again with the Skid.
Now, you've been in the business for a while with a career spanning centuries. I see a lot of your early work was classical. Why did you make the move to rock?
I've always been a rocker,
Sorry,
dude.
just looking at it, that must have been your father. What did your father, Johann, teach you about music?
My dad's name was David, and he was a painter.
Yes, indeed. A musical
Dude,
painter. Fascinating and so modest.
You've mistaken me for the classical composer of the Baroque period. Dude, this guy died like 250
sorry.
years ago. What the fuck
back
kind of
to
music?
you.
I fucking love Baroque. This is... Thank you, Harvey. As usual, that was extremely unreliable and not informative. We now head live to Steve with sports, who is having a bit of a catch-up with the manager of Fortin Busby ahead of their match tonight.
That's right. I'm here with Darren Bigsby, manager of Fortin Busby, local town reaching for big dreams. They're causing a bit of a stir in the league, and tonight's match is a big one. Darren, are you ready?
I think the boys be about as ready as they can be. They've been hitting the gym hard and they've been training hard. They've been on the field every day. They're just giving it all they can at the moment, and we go out there and we just got to face what we're up against and hope for the best. I think the training's going to be paying off. The boys are playing right, eating right, and I think we just go out there and give it what we got.
Now, this match is a big one and could send you into the Premier League. How are you going to do it?
I didn't know it was a case of simply doing it but like I say, the lads have been working hard, and I think that they go out there and they got to give it their all, and that's all they can do. That's give it 100%, and no man walking this earth can give it more than that.
Yeah, you don't think you could ask them to give 110%, maybe more?
I didn't think it's fair to ask that of the lads, anything more than what's possible within the realms of physical humanity and mathematics. But what I do know is that they're training right, they're eating, they're hitting the gym hard, and I know they're going to be ready for this match, and they're going to give it all they can.
What is the ideal outcome of this match for you, Darren?
Well, we're going to go out there, we're going to play hard, we're going to play a good game, and at the end of the day we're going to hope for a result. And and then we'll see where that takes us. I've got to be going. So it's nice to meet you.
There you have it. Breaking news. Competitive sports manager hoping for a result. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Steve. That was some classic sports reporting, that was. Locals in the small town of Lower Fiddishwell were shocked this week to find out that the hip-hop rapper Snoop Dogg has swapped the West Coast gangster lifestyle for the West Country lifestyle. He has purchased several acres of prime farmland in the village for crop cultivation after apparently being inspired by our very own West Country farmers. I caught up with him earlier in the week to find out more. Mr. Dog, Mr. Doggy Dog, Snoop, D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg. What do I call you?
Just Snoop is fine, cousin.
Snoop, you're a music legend,
Thank you.
but we're not here to talk about your music.
No, we talk about my other love today.
I'm here on your new farm in the heart of the West Country. Can you tell me why you've moved from the US to the Southwest?
Yeah, well, as my many fans and followers know with the D-O-double-G, I'm all about getting my farm on in recent years. And last time I was on tour in the UK, we did this show in the West Country down in the Southwest, and I drove by, I kid you not, the biggest motherfucking cornfield the Snoop D-O-double-G had ever seen. I said to myself at the time, I said, Snoop, you need your weed to be this big. So that's it. I knew the answer was in that Southwest soil. So I bought a farm, I got some acres, I started farming, and the produce has been good. Keeps me busy. I mean, try this. Yeah, hit it.
Jesus Christ. Very true. For those listening, I'm standing outside now, gazing upon fields of marijuana at Snoop Dogg's residence in the West Country. Mary Jane as far as the eye can see. What a glorious sight and smell. But, if I got written here, how does this bode with the rest of the village?
Oh yeah, it's all good. I mean, I ain't greedy. I share with everybody. You know, we all like one big family up in here. We got nieces, nephews, aunts, cousins, uncles. Everybody just getting along like one big family. So, you know, village life is good.
I can understand that greatly. What's the biggest change you reckon you've made?
Oh shit, the biggest change you think Snoop Dogg's made? Well, I used to have this real nice collection of cars back in the States. But I don't need that over here on the farm, so I traded them in. And I got me this brand new 2022 John Deere Harvester tractor for the farm. And that baby is pimped. I'm telling you, I got bass, sub, hi-fi, PlayStation, TV, air conditioning, hydraulics. The whole thing is rocking. He is now my bad boy of farming. And in fact, I'm about to go fire that baby up right now. Let me get my keys. You come finish your interview if you want, nephew. Yeah, straight. Yeah. Snoop Dogg in a tractor. Snoop Dogg in a tractor, motherfucker. Let's go, roll out. Yeah.
Off into the sunset he rides. Goodbye, Mr. Dog. If you are real. What's interesting is I have very little recollection of actually doing that interview. Anyway, despite that, we are now moving forward to Claude, who's given us a weather update from the weather scooter. Claude, what can you tell us?
Scoot, scoot, I am coming for you. Could that be a cloud? A rain cloud? A storm cloud? Could that be a ray of sunshine? Who knows? Scoot, scoot, I am coming for you.
Thank you, Claude. I'm not really sure what to make of any of that, but may I just remind you that that scooter is property of West Country News and is only really supposed to be used to report weather. Anyway, now on to John Hemmingway with the traffic. And travel, traffic and travel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Hemmingway. I've lost the news. No, I haven't. There it is. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Hemmingway. The main traffic headline this evening. Has your road been stolen? Multiple roads in central Bristol have simply vanished overnight, leaving residents confused and hungover. It's been reported that several men in high-vis clothing appeared around 1 a.m. posing as workers there to make repairs. However, upon waking up this morning, residents in multiple areas in Bristol have found that their roads have vanished altogether, leaving what one local describes as basically a big ditch. The roads are not that old and said to be of high value, so may appear on the black market. Listeners are advised to avoid these areas affected and contact the local police if they have any more information on the matter. On the 303 near Sherborne, we have reports of a road closure and a police issue. All I have written here is, sheep have taken over, they've taken over. On the road check this evening, motorways are jubilant due to their rising popularity on social media. A roads and B roads are dandy, dual carriageways are now illegal, and all other roads are currently unverified. On the hunt tonight, car-assisted cannons are legal, and you don't want to be driving anything French. Godspeed to you, brave men. On public transport, train strikes again. The rail sector have decided to strike over several key weeks throughout the winter in what the public are calling a dickish move. In more prosperous travel-related news for the region, the government is trial running its first digital road, which will be running from Bude to New York. This 3,300-mile cross-Atlantic digital road will be the first of its kind and will be open next week. People wishing to use this road are requested to follow the signs, park in the designated area, and download the app to complete the journey. That is all. I'm John Hemmingway. Good night.
Thank you, John. That's some cracking reporting and very informative. Oddly enough, I had a chap offer me a load of road this morning at a very reasonable price. Thinking of it, I think he might be one of them road thieves. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all we have time for this evening on West Country News. Join me next time when I will be talking to the first farmer in space. We start an evening of music now with a dedication from one Caroline to her daughter Sarah, who's just come home after a stay in hospital after battling with mental health issues. Well, this one's for you, Sarah.